is. And I'm so excited about that. But before we get started, we're going to talk to John Sprague first and hear a little bit more about Paul. John was born and raised here in Charles County, went to St. Mary's Riken, and went on to Elon College. He started his insurance agency in 1993 and has been in the car wash business for over 30 years. He has 6 kids and is the self-proclaimed pickleball commissioner at Hawthorne Country Club. Hi, John. I am so happy to get to see you, to get to talk to you today. How are you?
I'm doing great, Corey. Great to see you as well. We miss you here. We miss you back here.
I miss you guys so much. It breaks my heart every day. I don't get to see you at 6:15. Oh my goodness, my 6:15 crew. Special place in my heart for all y'all.
Yeah, well, it was a great time. Yeah.
Well, speaking of 6:15, I am going to be talking to Paul a little bit later. And,
Okay.
I thought maybe we could talk, a little bit about Paul, and you could tell me a little bit, a little bit inside scoop, and we could talk nice about him. And then, we'll flow right into Paul's later on.
Okay, great. Love to talk about Paul. Go ahead.
Oh, we love Paul. So, Paul, tell me about him as an athlete, as a friend.
Well, what I like about Paul, he's got that 6'5" stature, and it's not really made for our game, but he does not care at all. He goes hard at it. I love it when there's a workout where he can really go at, like a bike, or the rower or a run, because it's like Paul's getting back at everybody for all those burpees and all of those cleans and all of that bar work and all. Paul's going to get it in when he can. So I love that about Paul. And because of his stature, it's harder for Paul a lot of times because how lanky he is. But it almost drives him more. It motivates us when we're around him just to see Paul going through his struggle, getting it all in. But and he has such a great attitude about it. He's just a great sense of humor. The kidding around and stuff before class is great. During the workouts, fun. So love having Paul in there.
Yeah, Paul's great. I remember how fast he was on the bike in the road.
Oh my God.
He's like,
oh yeah,
whipped it out, and everybody's like, oh,
yeah.
like,
Even Paul's getting
okay,
revenge.
Paul.
He's getting revenge on the whole crew when he does that. It's so fun. It's so much
Yeah.
fun to watch. And he likes to, like the weirdest thing, Paul likes to deadlift. Nobody likes to deadlift, but Paul loves to deadlift. He's great at deadlifting. So he's a natural born deadlifter. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how has Paul impacted your life?
Well, it's just great to see Paul. I mean, young man starting his family, brings this little boy in now. It's fun to watch, to get to know that guy and Paul. And, he's got an interesting career with NASA. He just goes hard at it every day. Just a great attitude. Never a negative thing to say. Always very positive. And like I said, I mean, this sport we have is not made for Paul, but Paul goes at it. He doesn't care. He's getting stronger. He's going through the struggle, and it makes you just appreciate him so much. Yeah.
Yeah, he absolutely has such a positivity about him and such a light. And I mean, and so do you as well. Absolutely. I just that class is just full of, and our whole community is just full of so many just positive people. And I think that's what makes, coming and seeing each other every single day. It's just like, I want to.
Yeah, sure. You got to get it in, or you go backwards. You got to get it. You can't miss 2 days, Corey. You just get washed downstream. Yep. Yep.
So I'm going to be talking to Paul. So do you have a question that you'd like me to ask on your behalf?
Boy, what's a good question for Paul? That's just a tough one. What motivates Paul to come in to class? What motivates him the most? I just want to know that. Yep, because he's such a positive, inspirational guy. Yep. What motivates Paul? Yep.
Okay.
What drives him? Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, he's going to be so happy that I got to talk with you. And
I'm honored. I'm honored I get to talk about Paul.
Yes.
It's been my privilege to talk about Paul. He's such a great guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, John. Well, it was so great getting to talk to you, and I look forward to talking to you more in the future, and we'll see you later.
Okay, thanks,
Okay,
Corey.
thank you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Paul Morris is a video producer at NASA, where he has spent the last 7 years creating content for missions including the Hubble Space Telescope, James Webb Space Telescope, and Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, as well as NASA live productions such as the recent Artemis II launch coverage. Born in King George, Paul later moved to Richmond and graduated from the University of Mary Washington in Fredericksburg, Virginia. After college, he moved to New York City, where he began working in live television production before eventually returning south to continue his career in science and space storytelling. All right. Yay! I get to talk to Paul Morris today, and I could not be more happy. Hello, Paul.
Hello, how are you doing?
I am so great and so happy to get to see you today and talk with you.
It's like a 6:15 back.
It is. It's like a reunion, and I could not be more happy. I love it so much. So I have some great questions for you.
Okay.
One from Paul, or one that I spoke to John earlier, and he has a great question for you. So let's jump right in. All right,
Okay.
if you could go back and talk to day one you, what would you say?
Ooh, start 5 years ago. uh, no, if I could talk to day one me, I would say stick to a better diet. Uh, that's kind of something I still struggle with. Is you can't outrun your diet, and I learned that consistently every single day. So it took a lot to finally get consistent with CrossFit, and it's taking me even more to get consistent with eating right. So that's what I would say. And you'll
I
get better.
think.
You'll get better at squats. Don't worry. That's what I'll say. Because God, I could barely like do a squat, and it was I was feeling the pain all the next week because we had done a bunch of squats in that opening day, and so you get better.
You get that. That's very true, and you have gotten better. You're doing awesome,
Thank
and
you.
it's so hard. Like, okay, so we can motivate ourselves to get to the gym. It's like 1 hour out of our day. Let's do this. Let's get
Yeah.
it in. But then it's 24 hours of like, watch what I want put in my mouth. It's yeah. There's a difference, and
I
it's
because I get sorry to interrupt you.
you're
No,
good.
I think the thing was like I was a heavy smoker for like uh gosh, like 10 plus years, like 2 packs a day. And it was easy-ish to finally quit, when I put my mind to it because, you're not surrounded by cigarettes constantly. But with like food, it's everywhere and you're always being given an option to eat, like go for the bad thing. So it's very easy to relapse on just eating poorly. So yeah, that's still something I got to deal with.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's something everybody's faced with every day. So that's a very common thing to just be like, hey, I'm working at it every single day. Yeah. So who has had the biggest impact on you at the gym?
I, as far as biggest impact goes, like it's kind of a weird answer, but and it's kind of a cheap answer, but the community of it is so integral, important. I don't know how to say that word. Uh, it's so important to, I guess, the vibe of everything is how much everyone works together, and you got new people and old people and people of all ages and skills. So it's always been such a cool thing to be surrounded by all of these different people. So that I feel that's such a cheap answer, but it's kind of everyone. And then I guess if I have to actually answer it, Coach Ashley is she's always been there from day one, and I love her coaching style. She'll press hard on you when she says you need it, and she'll back off when she sees you don't. I love her coaching style, and I have from day one. So I think she's been great. But all the coaches are great, um, except Matt. You can't deal with Matt. I'm just kidding. He's great too. But
Go
yeah,
for
that's my answer.
All right. Yes. Ashley is a phenomenal coach.
Yeah.
She's just great. And yeah, the vibes at Cole Road are so positive, and being motivated by people with, different stories, different backgrounds, and everybody's comes in and they're like, we're going to modify how I need to, and
Mhm.
getting it in. So yeah,
Yeah.
I loved your answer. That was great.
Thank you.
All right. So what habits outside of the gym have changed because of, joining Cool Road?
So I've noticed, my habits that I've changed since I've started Cole Road are I lift properly now, I would used to, hold your breath and breathe fast and lift with your back. And and now I've learned, how to do a proper, if I'm lifting something, and I every time I take one of my kids out of their crib, uh I realize like, oh, I'm doing like the squat thing that I've learned in class. So I think I definitely would have thrown my back out by now if I hadn't actually been in CrossFit. And another thing, I notice I'm constantly looking at things and being like, I could jump on that. So I'm judging everything by, where I know if it was a box to jump on the box, I'd be able to jump. um, yeah. So, and I've recently done the 30-inch box jump. So I now look at even more things that like I could surprise everyone and jump on that table at work. So maybe
That
I'll
would
do
be so fun, and I hope somebody videos that.
that.
I'm
Yeah. Oh
gonna
yeah.
send out some memos, get some people to video
I
this.
think,
I love
I think that'd
it.
be good.
Yeah. Oh, how fun! That makes life very fun.
Yeah, it does.
What can I jump on today? Oh, great. Well, I have another question. Who at Coal Road would survive a zombie apocalypse?
So I thought a lot about the zombie apocalypse question, and I feel it kind of goes back to my answer about community. I feel everyone would like band together at Coal Road, and you have a lot of different skill sets from people and a lot of different knowledge. But if it was on an individual basis, I think Les would do very well in hand-to-hand combat against specific zombies. I think he would go out and search to kill them. Um, I think I think a very interesting one. I think Deanna would actually do very well in a zombie apocalypse because I always clock Deanna as I think she started after I started, and I was like, she's fit, but I was better than her and could do stuff. And then suddenly, just one day, she was like top of the class and just doing all this crazy stuff. And I was like, when did that even happen? And then she got pregnant and had a kid and was still doing better than me. And she's very impressive. And I think, of course, Frank would do well in a zombie apocalypse. I think a lot of people would do well. Yeah, that's a rambling answer, but
No.
I'm a bit of a prepper myself. So I think I would at least do well until I think Boyd would probably betray me or something for my
Oh
food.
no! Oh no! Oh goodness!
I could see Boyd doing well because he's a snake.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
I'm just kidding. No, Boyd's a scorpion.
Oh yeah, I think we are properly training for being ready for all
For it.
situations,
Yeah.
and so you
The
know.
I know it was actually stated a few years ago by the government to have a good zombie plan, because if you have a good zombie plan, um you could deal with anything, nuclear fallout or a flood or unrest. So zombies are kind of the worst case scenario. So if you're prepared for that, you'd be able to do anything.
All
So
right, so at Coal Road here, we are preparing
exactly.
for the zombie
Publicly
apocalypse, and we
say
are ready.
we are ready for the end
Okay,
at Culver.
I like it. Yes, it's great.
That's good. We'll cut that
Okay.
out.
So I talked with John earlier, and he has a question for you. He thinks the world of you. He wants to know, how are you motivated how, what drives you, because he sees you coming in and just crushing it. Like, as your, I used to be your coach. I saw you coming in and crushing it as well. Like, what's your motivation?
Well, my motivation is, John Sprague's a very selfish man and a bad guy. So I want to beat him specifically in everything I do. No, I'm kidding. John's a wonderful human being. I see. I don't know if it's the smoking I used to do or the fact that leading into this, the past, I'd say even 15 years, I've been sitting on my butt working, a desk job. So I always feel a bit more out of shape, even after, the amount of work I've put into it. I'm explaining this poorly. Uh, I, I I feel I struggle more than other people, and I might blame that on a lot of things, laziness and even my body type. I'm very like gangly. So like burpees are tougher, and there is some science behind it. Like I've looked into, being a tall CrossFit, athlete, and it is definitely an uphill battle. Um, so I think I found something in Cole Road that's uh hard, and it's a struggle every day, no matter how much work I put into it, but it's a good struggle. So I think doing the hard work and being tired and pushing through it is something that I've found um, consistently here. God, this is rambling. I'm sorry.
No,
um,
I love hearing your, thoughts behind this.
for some reason, I've always been trying to, get into shape for a long while. I used to play sports in high school and had a bit of an injury, so I kind of had to fall out of that. And then I've always tried to get into shape, and I couldn't do it solo. And I was always, giving up after a while of working out solo. And then I came across like Sean T's The Insanity Thing DVD set, and I really love that atmosphere of everyone working out together and someone yelling at you, the coach. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I can get into this. But even that, doing that solo is hard, especially staying consistent there. And then I actually found CrossFit in 2014, if not earlier. When I lived in New York, I went to Queens. They had this huge box with probably like 100 people in it at any given time, and so you had like 6 coaches teaching, the individual classes at any given time. And I like the atmosphere, but like I'm kind of shy, so I ended up not doing it. But I always liked CrossFit and wanted to come back to it. Moved to Maryland and saw that Cole Road was a thing. Um, and yeah, and just it's always been the people. Um, it's smallish classes, uh, and it's a great group of people, and it's amazing coaches no matter what time you go to. And God knows, I've with work and the baby, I've been jumping around class time. So I don't know. I actually forgot what the question was, but
Your motivation, your drive.
yeah,
I think that you're doing a great job answering
yeah,
it.
but yeah, my motivation is, I'm just trying to be better today than I was yesterday. All the people are inspiring. You got, John. He's a beast. He's someone I aspire to be like, physically and who he is as a person. You got Lisa, who's, just done amazing things in the couple of years she's been here, and she's leaving soon, so that's very sad. Um, I don't know. It's just a great group of people, and it's more than fitness. It's inspiration for doing better in life. So yeah, that's something.
I love it.
We'll see how that's.
I think that was a great answer. I
Thank
think
you.
that, there is just so much, many different stories, and the people that come and just everybody wants to get better.
Mhm.
It's like that common thread but like we all are like at a different stage or
Yeah.
maybe have a different goal in mind, but we're gonna like root each other on and we're gonna do this together. And
Yeah.
I thought that was great. Yeah.
I think you
Yeah.
said it much more concisely than
No. No. Well, I think that that is something not to be overlooked, is how great our community is.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, so very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, Paul, it was so great getting to talk to you. And I just
Great talking to you.
appreciated it so much because I miss getting to see you guys every single day and catching up and stuff. This was great. So thank you for coming on Coal Road Conversations and talking to me. And
Thank you for having me.
I look forward to talking to you more. So thank you and have a wonderful day.
You as well.
All right. Thanks, Paul. Bye-bye.